All right, so if you're a developer, you know the feeling. The coding interview can feel like this high-stakes, totally unpredictable performance. But what if I told you there's a method to the madness? Because there is. Today, we're going to demystify the modern coding interview, breaking down exactly what they're looking for and how you can deliver it.
Yeah, that feeling, that crushing disappointment, it's almost a rite of passage, right? It's this shared anxiety that so many of us have felt. But here's the good news. It's not a reflection of how good you are. It just means nobody's shown you the right way to think about the problem yet. And that's exactly what we're going to fix.
So, why is it like this? Why have these interviews become such an intense gauntlet? Well, it's not just to make your life difficult, I promise. Companies are trying to solve a really specific problem when they hire. And if you understand that problem, you're already one step ahead.
Well, the game has totally changed. It used to be all about memorizing these obscure facts, like some kind of tech trivia show. But now, companies want to see something way more valuable. They want to see how your brain actually works when you're staring down a brand new problem. It's about thinking, not just, reciting facts.
Okay, but here's the cool part. This seemingly infinite universe of coding problems, it actually has a secret structure. The key isn't to know every single problem out there. It's about recognizing the underlying patterns that solve them.
And this right here, this says it all. The old way, that's like trying to memorize every single book in the library. It's an impossible, soul-crushing task, right? But the new way, it's about having a few master keys, maybe 15 or so core patterns that can unlock whole sections of that library.
I mean, this is a total game changer. It works because our brains are naturally good at this stuff. Instead of seeing hundreds of totally unique problems, you start to see the same few patterns just wearing different costumes. And suddenly, this overwhelming thing becomes totally manageable.
All right, to make this real, let's actually walk through one of the most common and powerful patterns you'll see. It's called the two-pointer technique. This is going to show you exactly how pattern recognition works in the real world.
So here's a classic question. You've got a sorted list of numbers. You need to find a pair that adds up to a target number. Just take a second. How would you do it? Your first thought might be what we call the slow way.
The first thing you might think of is, okay, I'll take the first number and check it against all the others. Then the second number, and so on. And look, it works, but it's incredibly slow. The time it takes just explodes as the list gets bigger. It's a classic trap.
But now, check out the elegant pattern-based solution. The two-pointer pattern is so smart because it uses the fact that the list is already sorted to find the answer in a much, much cleverer way.
The logic here is it's just so simple and beautiful. You stick one pointer at the very beginning and another at the very end. You add them up. Is the sum too small? Well, you need a bigger number, right? So you nudge that left pointer to the right. Is the sum too big? You need a smaller number. So you nudge the right pointer to the left. You just keep closing in until you find it.
I mean, the difference is night and day. The brute force way is like getting lost in a maze, checking every dead end. The two-pointer method, it's like having a map that takes you straight to the treasure. It just scans the list one time. This is that aha moment interviewers are dying to see.
Okay, so recognizing patterns like this is huge, but it's only half the battle. See, this technique, it doesn't just exist on its own. It's part of a bigger framework, a repeatable process you can use for pretty much any coding problem they throw at you.
Look, the best candidates don't just magically find the answer. They show a reliable, repeatable process. If you're just rambling and you're all over the place, that is a massive red flag for an interviewer.
And here it is. This is a battle-tested 6-step framework that you can literally use every single time. You understand the problem first. You devise a plan out loud. You talk about how efficient it's going to be. Then you write clean code, confirm the efficiency, and you test it like you mean it. Following these steps just shows you're a pro.
And all of this, it leads to maybe the most important takeaway of all. The coding interview isn't just about whether you get the right answer in the end. I'm going to say that again because it's that important. They want to understand how you think. They are watching your thought process, your communication skills, your problem-solving habits, every single step of the way.
These right here, these are the green flags. This is the stuff that gets you the job offer. Are you explaining what's going on in your head clearly? Is your code something another human can actually read? Can you spot your own mistakes and fix them? That's what separates a good candidate from a great one.
And then there's the other side of the coin, the red flags, the things that can sink you even if your code works. And probably the biggest one of all, just diving straight into the code without a plan. It just screams impulsive and unstructured.
So here's the real secret, the main takeaway. It's not a test where you just write down the answer. Think of it like a performance, where you're the narrator, walking the interviewer through your journey from, I'm not sure, to, aha, here's the elegant solution.
And that's really the key, isn't it? When you stop seeing it as a test of what you've memorized and start seeing it as a chance to perform your thinking process, everything changes. You're not anxious anymore. You're empowered. You're ready to show them not just what you know, but how you think.